What was Moshe Rabbeinu supposed to do? Hashem tells Moshe in Parshas Bamidbar, you have to count all the Levim in every single family. And Moshe wonders, how could I possibly go into every single house, inspect and investigate how many small children and infants there are? It seems impossible. So Hashem tells Moshe, don't worry. Go to each tent, do as much as you can do, and I'll tell you how many people live in each tent. And so it was. Moshe Rabbeinu goes in front of each tent, and a heavenly voice announced how many people lived in each tent. But the question is glaring. If Hashem is anyway going to tell Moshe how many people there are, why does he have to bother? Presumably he has much better things to be doing with his time. He knew the only way he could complete this is with Hashem's help. So why did he even have to go from tent to tent? And in truth, the question is not limited to this specific example. The Gemara in Megillah tells us, Yagato matzasa tamin. If you toil in Torah and you're successful, you believe a person who claims to have achieved success in Talmud Torah. But without that, without the toil, don't believe him. Because it's impossible. And on the surface, it's not a particularly shocking statement. It would be true of somebody going to medical school or law school or any other profession. If a person toils, a person succeeds. And if not, the person will not. But the Gra notes that the Gemara does not say that you're going to acquire it if you try. It says, matzasa, metzia, you'll find it. Like a lost object. Hashem gifts it to the person who tries, the person who toils. But if that's the case, and we need it to come from Hashem, why do we have to toil? Look at the bracha we make every morning in Berchas HaTorah. HaMelamned Torah L'Amo Yisrael, who teaches B'nai Yisrael the Torah. We don't say, who taught B'nai Yisrael the Torah at Har Sinai. Now it's passed down from generation to generation. It's coming directly from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hashem has to be the one to teach it to us. That's part of the system. Why did Hashem create a system where it is impossible to accomplish the goal on our own? If we can't do it anyway alone, why not just give it to us without the toil? And the question in truth expands even more broadly. The Gemara in Sukkah Daf Nun Beis and Beis tells us that the Yetzer Hara constantly tries to attack a person, and Ein HaKadosh Baruch Hu Ozro Lo Yuchalo. A person cannot succeed in defeating the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, overcoming his desires, without Hashem's help. But isn't the Yetzer Hara, the battle with the Yetzer Hara, a personal one? What happened to Bechira? What happened to free choice? And it seems that the lesson that Hashem was teaching through Moshe is a fundamental one in how Hashem runs the world and will help us answer all of our questions. We have to do our part. And only then will Hashem finish off the task. Even when we know that it's impossible, we need to participate as much as we possibly can. Moshe, you go to the tent, put in the effort, and then I'll help you out. I'll give you the total. You can't reach the Torah on your own, but put in the effort, and then I will help. Our inability to defeat the Yetzer Hara does not affect our Bechira even one iota. We have choice. We can do as Hashem told to Moshe to do your part, and I'll do the rest. And that's the opportunity that we have. We need to initiate. That's our choice. The victory, the survival, that's beyond our ability, and that requires Hashem's participation. Why? Why can't we reach it on our own? Rav Pinkus explains that the mitzvos and Torah belong to Hashem, and by Hashem holding on to it, He allows us to transcend our own abilities and limitations. Hashem gives them to us according to the greatness of the Torah, not according to our personal greatness. It's a gift from Hashem. It does not descend to us, but we ascend to the Torah. And that's a beautiful, beautiful concept. That's what the Yom Tov of Shavuos is about. That we have the opportunity to bring ourselves, show HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we want it, we want to be part of it, we want to let you into our lives. And then HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I will help you, I will bless those efforts. There's a story, a man once came to Rabbi Yehuda Assad, one of the leading poskim in Slovakia in the early 1800s, for advice. He said, Rebbe, I want to buy a certain rundown store, it will give me the opportunity for myself and my family to live comfortably, what would you suggest? And he told him, don't buy this store. But the next day, another man came to him and said, Rebbe, I need some advice. If I buy this store with the help of Hashem, I'll be able to fix it up and learn and have a decent living. And Rabbi Yehuda Assad urges him to do it. And the first man found out and he was furious. Why are you favoring him? Why did you tell him yes and me no? And he replied, it's very simple. You wanted to take on the task yourself. I thought it was too much for one person to handle. But the other fellow said with Hashem's help, with Hashem helping, then he'll be able to succeed. The Yom Tov of Shavuos is that opportunity to be able to let HaKadosh Baruch Hu in and to say, Hashem, we want to connect. We want your Torah. We want a relationship with you. And then when we take that initiative, then HaKadosh Baruch Hu helps us. It's a mitzvah. It's something that we find. It's something that we can connect to. And hopefully the upcoming Yom Tov, the 3 days of holiness, of Shabbos, and then followed by Yom Tov, will be an opportunity for us to connect more deeply with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It should be a Yom Hadin on the Torah, which gives us in the upcoming year a bigger chelik, a bigger portion, and tremendous success and hatzlacha in our learning and our relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and all of the brachos that our hearts desire.